Hey, welcome to episode 4. So, when I got out of, okay, let me start from when I was in prison, I did not receive any help from the street. I mean, $0 on my commissary, $0 for a phone call, no help whatsoever. And in prison, they only feed you twice a day on the weekends. So on Saturday and Sunday, I would go hungry. If I didn't make it through the diabetic line, the diabetics, they would give diabetics snacks, because they had to eat. So sometimes I would be able to sneak through that line and could get a snack. But sometimes they would catch me and I wouldn't be able to get ones. But when you're hungry and you watch other people eat, it does something to you on the inside. And also, women's prison is basically like a huge high school, and nobody wants to be friends with the poor girl. Like, you would think that there would be more people in there that didn't receive any kind of help from the street. But literally, I was the only person that I knew that did not receive any help from the street. I mean, I would work. I would always do well. I wouldn't get any kind of write-ups, so I could get the best jobs, so I could make the most money that I possibly could. I got up to $1 an hour when I finally. Before I went to the annex, when I was on the main compound, I was up to $1 an hour. And that bought me coffee. It bought me coffee. Very, very humbling to be in that kind of situation. Like, because when I was on the street before I got locked up, I mean, I didn't have help, but I didn't need help. I had myself. I've always had myself. It's always been just me. But when I was locked up, I really had no way of getting money, I picked up little hustles inside, of course, like when I was doing laundry, when my job was laundry, I would do other people's laundry on certain days, for extra commissary or whatever, but it's very humbling. So I decided I was never going back. And whatever it took to make sure that happened, I was willing to do. So when it was time for parole, I applied to some halfway houses and I got accepted to one. They came and picked me up. I did not have any clue. I had $20 on my books from my friend. I had done her chores for like a month to earn $20, so I would have some money so I could get a vape, or something to eat when I got out, So the halfway house picked me up. I had my little $20, and they picked me up and to ask me what I wanted to eat, and they took me and bought me a barbecue sandwich, was what I chose, a barbecue sandwich and some fries. And when I got to the house with them, they had me a bag of hygiene products, shampoo, body wash, combs, brushes, and all that stuff coming from when because I came out with nothing, and I had nothing while I was in there. So every single thing meant so much to me. It meant so much to me because I had nothing. So everything meant so much, and it still does. And when you're grateful for what you've got, then you don't think about what you don't have. You just think about, you notice all the good things. You can retrain your brain. And when you're grateful, gratitude is the best way to do that. Be grateful for what you have. And don't worry about the things that you don't have. If you need them, if God wants them in your life or your higher power, if you're supposed to have them, you'll have them. you'll get what you need. So just trying to be a better person, trying to lighten my load, raise my vibrations, help people, love people unconditionally, stop being so judgmental. I started doing all this. I started manifesting weight loss because I had gained weight in prison. I manifested weight loss. I lost 80 pounds. I manifested teeth. I got partials for free. And I started, I got a job. I got a great job, and now they're training. I'm a manager. I started out as a server. Now I'm a manager, and now they're training me to be the general manager. Like, I'm coming up, and I'm coming up from nothing. And that's what I'm really trying to stress to you guys, that I came from nothing, not a thing. So I got to the halfway house. They gave me this bag of hygiene stuff, and just from that moment on, just practicing gratitude and just trying to help people more than help myself. I just started to notice little changes, and everything was more positive. I stopped focusing on the negative things and only looked for the positive things in my life, and everything started changing. My whole reality started changing, and I realized that I was doing it myself. I was creating my own reality, and that's what I want to help you guys do. Okay, so I promised you I would tell you how I released that trauma, my childhood trauma, and I cleared my subconscious. I don't know if it was so easy for me to do, but clear my subconscious, because of the meditation and the work that I have been doing spiritually already to become a better person. And my alignment, I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you how. If it doesn't work, then go back and work these steps with me. In my videos, I'm going to go through all of them, but right now I want you to start a meditation practice. Okay, after you've gotten more secure in it, I pictured myself as a little Molly. I don't know if yeah, okay, I told y'all my name's Molly. So anyway, I pictured little Molly, and at her scared, most weakest point in life, and I went to her and I talked to her, and I told her everything that I wished that I had known. She heard me. She heard me, because when I was done, I could just feel a release off of my chest. And it's weird, because my best friend, who was a guy, I realized, I mean, not at that moment, it was a couple weeks later, I realized that I loved him.